I will show you some variations for the cartwheel. We will start slow and then slowly build up. If you can already do a basic cartwheel, you can skip the beginning if you want to, but make sure to warm up. And if you're still a bit scared of going upside down, don't worry. We will start slow, and if you still feel like no, it's not slow enough, then really try to maybe use the wall, use another person maybe just to be there so you feel secure, or you can try some basic handstands. For example, placing the hands and going up. Yeah, so these basic exercises to like slowly get used to the floor again. For now, we're gonna start with a low cartwheel. So we're gonna use that movement to place the hand on the floor, the hands, and then go towards the other side. Then we will do the same here. So it's not yet this movement and also not the gymnastic movement here, but we're going slowly down. I will show you. And you can even go as low as you want to with your body, yeah? So you can really go into the package and come back up. Package and back up. When you have that and you feel comfortable also with the rhythm, so what do I mean with the rhythm? It's not this. Okay, it's more like a flow, okay? Maybe you come from here and you have the flow. And if that movement helps you, go ahead, do it a couple of times before you go here. If you're still working on coordinations, for example, you can use a line. I think you cannot see it in the video, but I have like 2 mats here each, and I can see a little line here, so I can also focus on standing on the line, placing the hands on the line, and going back on the line with my feet. So there are so many possibilities, variations, whatever you're working on right now. And if you feel good with that, we're gonna lift the legs just a little bit higher, or the bum, okay? So we're gonna go from here again. My first variation was with a little hop. The second one was more sliding. I will show you again. The sliding one is a little bit easier. Sliding. It's a little bit like downward facing dog, dynamic one. Okay. And again, you can use the line if you're still working on your foot placement. It's also a good idea when you're a dancer or when you try to work on choreographic memory and stuff, just to like maybe even put a little challenge, put some dots or whatever somewhere to find new positions, where to place the hands, where to place the feet. It doesn't have to be a straight line. It really depends on what you're working on. Okay, so the sliding one is really still keeping the feet and the toes on the ground and sliding around. And then the hop will be just like a little handstand. Okay, so I will show you from my back side. And from the front. And from here you can go higher, higher and higher with your legs. Going a little higher. Some people here, they start not to breathe anymore. So yeah, find your version. Some people say it's really nice to breathe out when you go upside down and then have that push. For me, it really depends. Sometimes I breathe out when I'm like here. Sometimes I breathe out when I'm here. So when I go out of the movement. It really depends, but always try to keep a nice energy of the breath and a nice deep breath. So from the little hop, you can really build up. Okay, so maybe record yourself, see how high you're already lifting your legs, and also if your bum is above your shoulders and your wrists already. If not, keep working on these levels that we already did, and then we're gonna go to the cartwheel. Okay, so we had that movement, and we can do two variations. So I come from here, I go here, and I go back. And here we can play with our legs. We can open them a little bit more. We can close them a bit more. It's a little bit like a handstand. So there are multiple variations, and I'm getting a little bit dizzy from all that going upside down. So take your time, take a little break as well. The other variation, not going from here, but from here, like lateral, is actually similar leg movement, maybe even a little bit the upper body, but the arm is going here. So and here you can again play with variations, really depending on what you're working on. So you can play with your gaze, you can look towards the front, you can look towards the ground. There are so many variations. Try maybe in the beginning what feels good for you and kind of natural, and then see if you find some more challenges in these movements. And again, you can also try to go on one line, or you try to go somewhere else, maybe here, for example. You can also start to build more strength and conditioning. So I have an extra video on that. So we go from here, we kind of go into slow motion cartwheel, and then we add a hop and we come back up. So you go down, place the hand, place the other one with a little hop. Okay, if you want to learn more about that, have a look into my other video. Let me know if you want to work on that, and I will send it to you if you don't have it already. Okay, and from here now we can play with advanced variations. Why advanced? Because now we're gonna slowly go onto one arm. So the first variation would be or the first task I want you to do now is to choose one cartwheel. If you choose this one or that one. So going from here or going from there. So the first hand will be the one that will slowly take all of the weight of your body, and the second hand that you will place will be the hand that will get a little looser and looser and looser. So in the beginning you can just start to place both hands, but to tell yourself, so this is my left hand, right hand, no, left hand, right hand, no. Then slowly you can build up. So focusing on the first hand, then loosening the second hand, and then maybe placing the second hand a little later and later and later on the ground. When you feel good with that, you can also now just use one arm. Sometimes I like to use the second arm, so the loose arm, as in, I don't know if that's a word in English as well, but as a propeller. I think so, in German it's propeller. So to help myself. Okay. You see, it's getting a bit faster. There's momentum. You can do it slow, you can do it fast. From here, we are not going lateral anymore. We are going diagonal. So again, now the second hand will be the strong hand, or the hand that will take all of the weight. And the first hand, so the hand that is closer towards your body when you're going into a cartwheel, that one will take less and less weight. In the beginning, start to maybe still place both hands. Think about, okay, taking hand one out, out, and out. And then slowly, like in the version before, you start to build up here, not to put the hand on the ground, or maybe even like you place the second hand and the first hand a little later. I will show you. Okay, slowly get rid of the first hand. Again, I'm throwing my arm a little bit. If you want to, you don't have to. Last task for you. Choose a nice song and just play around with all the variations you are already doing. From variation 1, the little package. Variation 2, lifting the bum a bit higher, straightening the legs a little bit more, and sliding with the feet. Then variation 3, adding a hop, and again going variation for the cartwheel, using 2 different entrances from here, from here. The 5th variation will be the lateral one, so one hand, not using the second hand. And then the last variation will be second hand, not using the first hand. Yeah. So play around with these variations. Maybe add different movements that you already know. And I just want you to always move. So you choose your song, you don't have to use the whole song the whole time, but you're always moving. And I want you to gaze into different directions. And whenever you feel like, okay, I'm adding a cartwheel, your variation, okay? Always moving. Maybe you will feel a little bit dizzy, that's totally normal. I just want to encourage you to use that exercise. You don't have to go that fast or that far. You can go really slow. You can also really move around like this, or maybe in the beginning not use your gaze too much if you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so dizzy. But it's a good exercise, especially when you work on going upside down, not getting so dizzy anymore, to just use the gaze to get used to it in different movements. Okay? Have fun playing around and let me know if you have any questions.